Our landfall after our Pacific crossing was Fatu Hiva, and after 19 days at sea, we couldn't wait to get on land and go exploring. Where are we?
We are in Fatu Hiva?
Yeah?
In French Polynesia.
1 out of 1 correct. In the Bay of Virgins, we're gonna go do the waterfall hike.
Yeah. We're on
Nice.
land.
Feels kind of weird, huh? Nice. Alright, let's go.
Okay.
The truth is, it felt a bit odd to be back on land. Oh, and especially odd to be sharing the road again with chickens. We couldn't get over just how stunning the island appeared, and it felt like we were walking through a scene from Jurassic Park. We saw several copra drying racks, which appeared to be the only real industry in town. Granted, this made complete sense given the abundance of coconuts around. A previous cruiser had left a hand-drawn map on the village notice board, so using it as our guide, we set off deep in the jungle in search of the waterfall. A little chilly? When we got back to the boat, we decided a quick swim was called for in order to get our first true taste of the South Pacific.
Woo! Not as cold as the waterfall was.
Well, that was a short stay, only 2 nights. What a beautiful place for a first stop in French Polynesia. With a couple nights of good sleep helping us feel fully human again, we set off on the 45-mile sail up to Hiva Oa, where we could officially clear in. After completing all the necessary formalities in the main village of Outertone, we met our new friends Gina and Jose from the boat Carthago, and together we decided to rent a 4x4 and go on an epic adventure in search of Tikis. The drive was incredible and one of the most scenic that I've ever been on. However, even though there is literally only one main road on the island, we still had a hard time finding the Tikis. Thankfully, Gina speaks French and was able to get some help and a hand-drawn map from locals to point us in the right direction.
Oh, wow. They're right there.
And we were
All right. Very cool.
Where we at, babe?
I have no idea. Looking at Tikis.
Supposedly the biggest in the Marquesas.
Supposedly.
We had found Ipona, which was an ancient site used for ceremonies and gatherings. It is home to 5 impressive tikis, including Takis, which was named after a warrior chief and at 2.67 meters tall is the largest in all of French Polynesia. I found myself walking around and imagining all the rituals that occurred here, including human sacrifices, and I was glad that the last reported case of cannibalism on the island had occurred way back in 1910. It had taken most of the morning to rent the car and drive out to Ipona, which was the furthest tiki site away from Atuona. We decided a stop for lunch was in order before heading to the next tiki site, so we drove to a beach we'd seen on the way for a picnic lunch. With plenty of coconuts around, it didn't take long before we tried to get one open.
Like you guys working hard at the coconuts for us.
Oh yeah.
I'm not making any progress.
And then we've got Amy working on a pamplemousse.
Pamplemousse.
Whatever the hell that is.
Pomelo.
That doesn't help me.
While Amy and Jose worked hard, Gina and I took care of a rather important job.
We get to hold the cameras.
Yeah. Life is rough, huh? Maybe you don't get any. Maybe we get it open, and Jose and I do a little trade.
I'll give you half
There
of
you
my
go. I'll give you half the
coconut.
compliments.
I was impressed with Jose's never say die attitude and innovation on the level of a caveman. Eventually, he did prove smarter than the coconut.
You know what the best thing about this is?
What?
I don't even like coconut.
For you, huh?
There you go. To the
Moment of
face.
truth, how is it?
I'm a little nervous, to be honest. It's so good. It's so good. You kind of just want to push your lips on it. It's not the word. Oh yeah, that's good. It's really good.
Once we got back on the road, we got distracted by several beautiful overlooks, and we stopped in order to take pictures. At one place, Jose got particularly creative with his composition.
9, 8, 7,
6,
6.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I couldn't believe it when he actually made it into the picture, but I have to admit, the end result was pretty epic. Next, we went searching for the Smiling Tiki, and let's just say we found some excellent off-roading
I
opportunities.
do not want to get stuck in this one.
Indiana Jones expedition.
This is awesome.
Where's like the fire breathing dragon?
Yeah, just give me some
Rolling
peppers
boulders.
and I'll breathe fire. Oh yeah, we're...
Our poor car was pretty filthy by the time we finally found the dirt path leading to the Smiling Tiki. We did the final walk through the jungle on foot and discovered the most interesting tiki we'd see all day.
How did they find? That's pretty cool. There's the sign over there too.
Ta'aoa was our last ceremonial site of the day. The combination of fog covering the mountaintops and the centuries-old banyan trees definitely helped give the site a sacred feel. We learned that the large grassy area was used for festivals and settling intertribal disputes, while there was a stone platform that served as a location for human sacrifices. Looking around, I couldn't help but wonder what it must have been like to have lived in a culture so different from my own. As we were leaving Ta'aoa, we couldn't pass up getting some fresh fruit.
I got a banana.
And of course, no visit to Hiva Oa would be complete without a stop at the cemetery just outside Atuona, where we found the island's most famous resident.
So, who is this?
Paul Gauguin.
And why is he famous?
He's an artist.
It was a day full of adventure and cultural history, and sharing it with new friends just made it all that much more special. After leaving Hiva Oa, we made a quick stop at Tahuata to visit friends and then made our way up to Teohi on Nuku Hiva. Teohi is a relatively large town and popular with cruisers, so we got to reprovision, refuel, meet up with even more friends, and even found some all-important internet. We set out to explore the town and came across one of the coolest cathedrals I'd ever seen.
We're in Nuku Hiva at a cathedral here, and some very beautiful statue and surrounded by Tikis, so it's very New World religion and Old World heritage.
After the cathedral, we found the Temehea cultural site. It was the home of the mother of the Hakaiki, or chief, and is famous for being the location of the first meeting between Europeans and Marquesans. Over time, the English, Russians, Americans, and of course the French all landed here. The site eventually fell into disrepair in the early 1900s, but was restored for the second Marquesan Art Festival. It was pretty cool to walk among the tikis and statues, listen to the waves, and contemplate all the history that had happened here. Our last adventure in the Marquesas took us around the corner to Hakatea Bay. It was raining during our hike to the second highest waterfall in the world, so we didn't bring a camera, but things cleared up enough so that we could enjoy our first encounter with Manta Rays.
What is that mouth? Oh my goodness. That is weird looking.
Once Amy had her fill of the Manta Rays, we made one last provisioning run and then set off for our next stop in French Polynesia, the stunningly beautiful Tuamotus.